Guys, today we are reacting to the dark side of living in Germany. Now, I haven't seen this video yet. I don't know if it's offensive, so forgive me if it is offensive. We're gonna watch it. If it is getting offensive, then I won't even post it, but I don't think it is. I think this is just a catchy title. I'm not sure. We're gonna watch it together. And if you are from Germany, make sure that you leave me a comment saying if this is factual or just, not. So let's see, this is the dark side of living in Germany. This is from a channel called Learning Canteen. So let's learn a little bit. Let's go. By the way, I've been to Germany. I loved the bikes. It was like the best place for me to ride a bike in Berlin.
The dark side of living in Germany. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about the dark sides of living in Germany. There are plenty of great things about living there, but like every country, it has its drawbacks as well. We'll take a look at some of these potential issues.
Why is it dark though?
And decide if they'd make life difficult for you or your family. So stay tuned to find out more on this intriguing topic. 1. Bad internet connection.
In
Germany's
Germany?
internet connection is known around the world as one of the slowest and most unreliable in Europe. And let me tell you, it can be quite frustrating when your Netflix stream keeps buffering or your Zoom call suddenly gets disconnected. It almost makes you yearn for those simpler times before the digital age. It is one of those negative sides of living in Germany that you only get to know if you stay there for longer. But why are we stuck with...
Okay, I think he's gonna answer the question now, but I want to hear from you Germans. Is it bad? Is it really bad? I mean, right now you're watching my YouTube video on your internet. Am I lagging? Am I buffering? Like, what's going on? I can't believe that Germany would have bad internet. I really can't believe that. Like, it's something that cannot enter my mind. I mean, maybe... Okay, let's see if he explains why. But first of all, I want to see if this is true. Because, guys, it's Germany. Germany is like the second best country in Europe, I think. I think United Kingdom is the first, right? In terms of economy, I guess.
With this less than optimal service? Well, unfortunately, it boils down to two things: lack of infrastructure, investment, and antiquated telecommunication regulations.
Really?
Essentially, providers don't want to splurge too much on new technology since they already have an existing system in place, which means you end up getting what feels like subpar performance.
Okay, but first of all, you need to tell me, what speed do you guys have? Like, what is bad? Is bad like 3G or 4G? What is bad? What does bad mean? Like, do you get 10 megabyte speed? What are we talking about here?
On top of that, lawmakers here tend not to adhere strictly enough to competition rules, which stifles any potential improvements from rival companies entering the market. 2. Staff at Ausländerbehörde, German immigration, are so rude. If you've ever had the misfortune of dealing with German immigration, then you'll know that it's not always a pleasant experience. The staff at the Ausländerbehörde are notoriously rude and unhelpful, making it one of the negative sides of living in Germany.
I mean, in terms of tourism, when I went to Germany, I didn't experience any of that. And I'm a foreigner, so I don't know. But hey, let's take his word for it. And let me know your experience if you're a foreigner watching this and ever been or lived in Germany. How was it?
It may seem like this rudeness is intentional, but upon closer inspection, it seems to be more rooted in cultural differences. Germans tend to be much more formal than any other countries when interacting with people whom they don't know very well. This often leads to misunderstandings between immigrants and those assisting them outside the Ausländerbehörde, an awkward situation for all involved.
I mean, Italians are also very, cutthroat, like very dry, very passionate.
There have been several attempts by government officials and public figures alike to improve communication between immigrants and their counterparts at the Ausländerbehörde. While some progress has been made as far as etiquette goes, there is still a great deal of room for improvement on both sides, something which many visitors find disappointing each time they visit Germany's immigration office.
Interesting.
3. Difficulty in making friends.
Uh,
As one of the most populated countries in Europe, it may surprise you to hear that many foreigners struggle with making friends here. For
Really?
starters, directness isn't a joke in Germany. People are incredibly blunt, which can make social interactions feel uncomfortable for those coming from more indirect cultures. It is one of those dark sides of living in Germany that nobody wants to discuss. Making matters worse is the rather reserved behaviour of your average German person. Privacy and personal space are held at very high regard over here. Not only will you find yourself keeping conversations surface level, but chances are shocking news or gossip won't do too well either.
that's good, actually.
4. No air
I mean, I hate gossip, you know. Like, I actually, you know, I'm impressed that Germans would shut you down if you come in and try to gossip, or if you want to, you know. That's interesting. That's nice. And I like the German way, like very direct.
condition.
No air conditioners. That's a problem that I also have here in London. It's very hard for you to get air conditioning. And
the
it gets
summer
really
in
hot.
Germany, the time of year when all the locals are basking in sunshine and enjoying the best of what nature has to offer. Except for one thing. Can you guess what it is?
Air
That's
conditioning.
right, no air conditioners. Yes, my friends, living without air conditioning in Germany can be a real challenge, especially during those hot summer days. You may find yourself wiping sweat off your forehead every few minutes, just trying to stay cool. A little bit of wind will help a bit, but unfortunately there isn't much around these parts, which can make things quite uncomfortable. It is one of the most annoying negative sides of living in Germany. And while yes, some people do have access to an AC unit, they aren't as readily available or common as they would be if you were living somewhere else like America or Southeast Asia, where hotter temperatures prevail throughout the entire year. So don't expect any joy from that direction unless you want to burn up a big fat hole in your
What was
wallet.
that? Okay, so here's the thing. I want to know why. Because here in London, most of the reasons that, well, you get is, first of all, you can't deface the building, so you can't do anything to pollute the front of the building. And also, at the back of the building, you can't do anything there. Also, normally because of parking, normally because of, you know, other things. So it's quite hard. Like, it's hard. I have had to talk to many people to try to get air conditioner installed, and they just say no, it's not possible.
5. Dog poos everywhere, especially big cities.
What?
One of the not so great things about living in Germany, dog poo everywhere.
Really?
We're talking sidewalks, parks and streets completely blanketed in canine feces. It's like a minefield you have to carefully make your way around. It is a dark side of living in Germany that nobody expects from a first world country. The thing is, Germans just love their dogs. So much so that it's become commonplace to bring your pooch with you wherever you go, even to the grocery store.
That's so
when these
awesome.
dogs do their business, well, let's just say the streets are not necessarily spared.
Okay, but don't they have any laws that you need to pick up? Like if you don't pick up, it's you pay a fine or something like that, a fee. I feel like here in the UK, you have to pay a fee. Even if you're taking your dog somewhere that is not allowed. I would expect that, right? I think there is. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, guys. And that's another plus, you know, for the Germans. I'm a dog person, so you guys won some points with me there.
6. High taxes.
Oh, wow.
The significant amount of tax that is withheld from a worker's paycheck in Germany is the most significant disadvantage of residing in Germany. The amount of an expat's income that is subject to income tax might range anywhere from 20 to 40%, depending on their
Wow.
wage. It is one of
Wait.
the true dark sides of living in Germany.
That's the same
But
thing in
don't
London.
despair, my friends. Germany actually has a lot of benefits. For one, the taxes are used to fund some of the most amazing public services in the world. These include free healthcare and education, as well as infrastructure and transportation systems that make life more convenient for everyone. 7. Bureaucracy. Bureaucracy. It's
Bro.
the bane of everyone's existence, or at least it seems like that when you're living in Germany. For those unfamiliar with this term, bureaucracy is defined as a complex system of rules and regulations used to manage an organization. In other words, it's a lot of paperwork and hassle when trying to get anything done. It is one of the dark sides of living in Germany. In Germany,
Okay, he keeps repeating dark side. I think he wants to justify the the title of the video. But okay, here's the thing. Bureaucracy is something that gives you a lot of headaches, right? And it's not entirely necessary. I've seen many places with simple solutions, and it still works and it's still efficient. But some people really stand by bureaucracy and they love the bureaucracy. But I hate bureaucracy, to be honest. My country has a lot of bureaucracy as well.
bureaucracy is especially rampant. From the lengthy and confusing visa applications to the never-ending paperwork for taxes, it can feel like you're stuck in an endless loop of red tape. Even seemingly simple tasks like opening a bank account or registering your car can often turn into an arduous process requiring multiple visits to various offices and repeated bouts of filling out forms. It's enough to make anyone want to tear their hair out. And speaking from experience, when trying to get through all that bureaucracy in another language with unfamiliar terminology and concepts, it can be downright frustrating.
I've been there.
Too many
in Italy.
rules. When it comes to regulations and bureaucracy, the country isn't necessarily known for its laid-back attitude. From strict parking laws to complex residence permits, living in Germany can be a bit of a challenge at times. For instance, have you ever tried getting your driver's license or Führerschein? In most countries, this usually involves passing some tests and voila, you're good to go. Not so in Germany. Here,
Why?
not only
What
do you need a
happens?
certain number of driving lessons, but also must attend first aid classes as well as pass an extensive theoretical exam that covers everything from vehicle construction knowledge to traffic signs to road safety rules.
Wait a
And then
second.
there's the practical exam.
I mean, I understand that it's a plus knowing how to construct a vehicle in case it breaks down. You need, some type of mechanic knowledge, but still, you don't need to know how to build a car to be able to drive it. Those are two different skills, right?
Exam, which includes huge amounts of paperwork. You get the idea by now. 9. Germans smoke a lot. There are certain places, such as restaurants,
Europeans
where you
in
can enjoy your
general.
meal without having to contend with cigarette smoke. On the other hand, if you venture into some bars or cafes, then you'll be met with a haze of smoke from all directions, which can really put off non-smokers. We admit that this doesn't make for an ideal environment for those who don't partake in tobacco products themselves, but it does mean there's plenty of opportunity for people watching throughout any given night. It is one of the real dark sides of living in Germany.
Bro,
Another
stop
thing
saying
about
that.
smoking in Germany is how it seems unavoidable during festivals and parties. Smokers will often light up without even thinking twice about it. So if you're not keen on being around clouds of secondhand smoke, then perhaps steer clear of these types of occasions. Some places have designated smoking areas, but unfortunately, many do not have such measures, always making cigarettes very easily accessible. 10. Racism.
What?
Racism is the cruelest dark side of living in Germany.
Okay, now
We must
that's
accept
dark.
this awful truth. Don't get me wrong, most Germans are open-minded and accept variety. Some segments of society still harbour prejudice. From subtle microaggressions to overt prejudice, it can be devastating for the victim. Since Germany has been tormented by its past for decades, racial disparity here is considerably more deadly. This implies that race purity
Deadly?
is firmly rooted in some parts of society and continues to rear its ugly head when least expected or intended.
Guys, do you agree with that?
In conclusion, there are many dark sides of living in Germany. While the country offers a high quality of life, excellent job opportunities and cultural diversity, some downsides to consider include higher taxes than other countries, language barriers for non-German speakers, winter weather that many find too cold or grey. As with all decisions about where to live, an individual must weigh these pros and cons against their own needs, desires and goals when making the important decision to move or not move to Germany. Thank you for watching this video.
Okay.
Please don't forget to subscribe, comment and turn on the notification bell. This is Learning Canteen.
Okay, cool. Okay, I feel like I should speak on that topic again. Like living in the UK, I know that there are some racist situations, and I know that there are some people who who are very sorry that racism exists here in the UK. And I know racism exists in every country, including my country that has every single race. We accept every single race. You know, we consider every single race in my country as our own. All of them. We don't call them like, oh, these are the Japanese communities. No, we call them Brazilians. Everyone is Brazilian. If you are from Brazil, you know what I'm talking about. So we don't see race there. And even there, racism exists. So I know it exists everywhere. But my question is not about racism itself. It's about the quantity of racism. Because the way he is saying is that if you go to Germany, you're going to have bad internet connection. You're going to have... it's quite like general what he's saying. So if you go to Germany, you're going to have bad internet connection. You're going to have to pay high taxes. People are going to be rude to immigrants, and you're going to suffer racism. The thing is, he's not working with the numbers here. So when he says bad internet connection, I don't know if he's talking about 1 megabyte speed, 10 megabyte speed, 50 megabyte speed. I don't know what he's talking about. So I'll see you in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye. Now you can get full access to exclusive content, special reactions to shows, series, anime, full movies, and even request a video of your choice. Just become a YouTube member or join Buy Me a Coffee today. Find out more. The link is in the description.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game.